some dates now. 2017, 2024, 2025. These are the years that they're going to be compensating people for. Seems like now that there's kind of like a plan. I'm around this thing. Are you satisfied? You're looking like, okay. For somebody who was on the front lines, you saw the people injured. You carried dead bodies, Hussein. You listened to cries. You went far and wide to see what exactly was happening. Does this kind of look like finally getting somewhere?
I would say definitely not.
Okay.
Because compensation was never our first priority. Compensation is something that has been dangled presently to make the public, to make victims, to make families and civil society forget the main agenda. And the main agenda remains justice for the victims and their families. And up to this point in time, we have done almost zero work when it comes to ensuring justice is done. And what is justice? One, for us, justice very clearly is investigations, arrest, and charging of the perpetrators. Number one, and first and foremost, that is something that, is non-negotiable. Investigate, arrest, and charge those individuals. That we have seen nothing. We can make reference to the Rex Masai inquiry. We have the Evans Kiratu inquiry. Of course, we have Boniface Mwangi Kariuki's case.
Yes.
The officer was arrested, is in court. But remember, we have over 100 victims of the 2024-2025 Gen Z protests. And up to this point in time, almost nothing has been done, because the most is when we took these families to the IPOA offices to record statements. And as we stand presently, we have not seen any movement in that regard. So are we satisfied? Are we happy? Definitely not, because our main priority, our main agenda has not been dealt with, and we have not seen movements in that regard. When it comes to families and the compensation, what we want to know after this investigations, arresting and charging, is what mechanisms are being put in place, because that's number two in our agenda. What mechanisms are being put in place to ensure non-recurrence?
Right.
We can't just be killing people and paying them off, killing them and paying them off. That is what we are being told presently. So there are no safeguards, there are no mechanisms being put up to ensure that we don't go back to this same situation. So number two, we are asking, we have the various laws, including now these guidelines that are being presented to us. How are we ensuring that police, number one, do not kill Kenyans? How are we ensuring that public order is handled in such a manner that it protects Kenyans who are exercising their rights rather than killing them? Yesterday, when we met with the families and we were discussing these guidelines, they were like, how are we here sitting, discussing, when the government is repeating the same thing again outside? Because we had Kenyans who had been arrested the day before, Kenyans who are taken to court. So, people are exercising their rights. So, it's like this is going to be a conveyor belt. Kill, harm, torture, wrongful arrests, as many were yesterday. If you saw some of the videos, people were simply chanting in town. They're not even protesting, they're just singing. They were standing and singing, and they were arrested. And I was wondering, so you've arrested this person who was singing at archives. What are you going to charge him with? Singing in public? That's not a crime.
Singing without permission.
Singing without permission. That's why they took them to a city court, because they know they're just violating their rights. So the second bit, is what safeguards, what laws are we putting in place? What mechanisms are being set up to ensure